You are listening to the Exploring Death podcast. Hello and welcome. It's Lisa Jones with the Exploring Death podcast. And today I have with me Dr. Monica Williams. She's an emergency physician and author of It's Okay to Die, and has lectured and written extensively on transforming death and dying in modern America. Considered an expert on medical decision-making at the end of life, she has been featured in multiple media sources, including the Emmy Award-winning TV show The Doctors, as well as The Washington Post. Dr. Williams' goal for her end-of-life teachings are to trigger profound healing and growth for individuals and to inspire more holistic support by institutions that serve the dying. The leading edge of her work is to create dialogue around the exceptional states of consciousness that may occur at the end of life. You can find out more about her at her website, drmonica.com. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you, Lisa. It's very exciting to be here.
Well, I am so excited to have you here. And not only that, but we're going to do something totally different. We've never done this on the Exploring Death podcast before, but we're going to start with the pulling of the cards.
Yes, let's do something entirely different. That's my goal in life.
I love it. I love it. So let's pull some cards without even starting a conversation about, this whole death and dying. We're going to pull cards and see what they have to say.
Bring it on.
All right. Okay, so the first card, which is always the blockage card, is power. And what I'm getting about that is that people think that death is this scary, like crazy, don't want to be there, don't want to go there. And yet there is so much power in embracing death, and it helps you live life more fully. Does that resonate with you?
Completely. I actually think to be fully empowered in the present moment, you have to embrace your inevitability. So today, for instance, I lectured to a group of doctors and medical students about death as a holy time and how we have to create space for the work of dying and healthcare so that people can release their emotional baggage, say thank you, I love you, and goodbye. And I talk about the emotional and spiritual power that arises as the body dies. And there's beautiful space for healing and growth in this taboo topic that no one wants to talk about. So it's almost like we have unactualized power that's available to us and our families for unprecedented growth at the end of life if we're able to consciously embrace it. So I love the card power. I think it's very apropos.
Absolutely. And exactly to what you just said about, this power that comes at the end of life. And I feel that so palpably when I sit with my hospice patients. There is so much power in that room that's transmuting and transporting all of this energy that's going from this realm to the next. And my whole body is chilling right now with the truth of that. So the next card, which is the action card, is joy, which once again is so perfect in this conversation because that's what this is all about. We're trying to spread joy around the idea of death rather than to make it eerie or scary or, all of those things that our society has really, it's like, people don't want to deal with it. So they've shoved it away in a closet. They've put it on mortuaries to take care of it and deal with it. And meanwhile, as we said, there's so much joy and power to be gained by embracing the whole idea of death. What are your thoughts?
I really totally agree with you, Lisa. Steve Jobs used to say, live every day like it's your last and one day you'll be right. So there's a lot of, that's playful. There's joy in that. There's empowerment in that. And really, you unearth the gift of each given moment when you're able to kind of live that consciously. And so I do think that this is so paradoxical. The gift of facing your death brings joy and presence to each moment of your life if you're able to live with that relationship of that. So, that's a great paradox. People think if you befriend your death, then you must enter a morbid space and be sad. But in actuality, if you befriend your death, you become your best self in the here and now. And that includes an element of joy and playfulness and release.
And look at what the outcome card is. You've now said it 2 or 3 times. Playfulness.
I must be psychic and not know.
You must be psychic because you said playful and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the outcome card. So that's exactly it.
I love it. That's great. We should always, oh, here we go. Begin with the end in mind. So if you normally end with cards, then let's begin.
That's right. That's a great metaphor. Absolutely. Well, once again, welcome to Exploring Death. And